Hello everybody and welcome to this very historic episode of Banter Blitz. I'm not saying that because of my hairdo, even though it is a nice haircut, but because this is the first show from our new studio. We've moved. I have more space than ever. And we're trying to get the studio up and running for the candidates. There's some fancy things on the wall, some, I don't know, echo cancelling, whatever. But we haven't really tested any live stuff from here yet. So if you can hear me and see me, that'd be good. And today, one time, because normally, I don't tolerate any criticism. Constructive, tough word. Constructive, non-constructive. Don't care. Don't criticize me. How dare you? Today is your one chance to criticize. What's with the light? Why is your face so shiny? What's with the sound? There's still a lot of echo. We need more noise cancelling nonsense. Constructive feedback is welcome, because we're trying to improve the studio. It's going to be very nice. It's a very nice space, but it's not done yet. But sometimes, in order to improve things, you just got to do stuff. Ugh, that sounds tough. That's why I never improve in chess, because you got to do stuff. Anyway, this is Banter Blitz. If you happen to be a Chess24 premium member, you can challenge me to a lovely game of 5-minute Blitz chess, and we shall play one. You get the chance to play against a grandmaster who narcissistically, is that a word, rambles about his hair while crushing you. That, at least, is the concept. And Bluesy points out, what's with the light? Why is your face so shiny? That is an excellent question. I don't know what it is. It shines more from that side than from that side, right? Like, does it shine if I move like this? Nah, less shiny. We'll figure it out. We'll have a team of lightning experts look into the light, all of the lights, and then make some educated decisions. Because I can't have my palms pronounced like that. That's actually the worst thing about aging. I can't cover this up anymore. You don't want to shine that spotlight on it. Let's play a game of chess, shall we? Second toughest thing about aging is all these decisions you constantly have to take. Who do I play next? Do I start with Crazy Mike? Or will I lose all my viewers to Chess Explained, who's doing a Geschwätzblitz in German at the same time? It's his time slot. So I feel kind of bad for fishing in these waters, just trying to get some testing out of the way before we start with the candidates. So please, give me all the feedback you can handle. Not on my accent or my verbal cadence, that won't improve till Saturday, but on all the other stuff. We're playing Crazy Mike, and Crazy Mike deserves a crazy opening. That's why it's called Crazy Mike. Let's play the Latvian Gambit for the first and last time in my chess career. f5, I believe knight takes e5 is the cleanest cut refutation. What Crazy Mike is doing, ef knight g1, does not really instill that much fear in my heart. I'm still a nit at heart though, so I won't allow him any fancy queen h5 checks. I'll go knight f6, next move d5, and then try to win my pawn back. Oh, Mr. Dodgy! What would this show be without Mr. Dodgy? And he's saying sound is good, video is good, banter is average. That's pretty much what we're going for. Like this, it's a German studio. I am German. We are, because of certain factors in the past, trying to fit in. And average is what we're going for, but average with good sound, good video. So I think that's all right. Albin K is pointing out to me that it is a 3-minute game, Jan. Thanks for the warning, Albin, because I would not have noticed that until I was down to 18 seconds and then would wonder, where did all the time go? Was it all the expert banter? Was it all the thinking about how to conduct the attack? No, that can't have been it. G5 looks risky because he's allowing me to jump. And if I'm allowed to jump around, jump up, and jump down, then once in a while, bad things might happen to Crazy Mike. Because this is, a typical pattern. You don't want this knight sitting all in your grill. Queen takes b2, checkmate will threaten him. b3 does delay the inevitable, but since it's inevitable, it can't be avoided. That is pretty much the definition of that word. And Crazy Mike got checkmated. Sorry, Crazy Mike. Better luck next time. I don't really mean that. Let's play Captain Lawyer number 13. And I know it looks like I'm picking the weakest opponents possible. Not true at all. Captain Lawyer 13, 15, 19 means he could just have started, played 2 games, got his rating from 1519, from 1500 to 1519, and now will crush me. If he was 1481, then I'd be very confident. But 1519 does fill my tiny heart with a lot of fear. So what's new? I played German Cup this weekend. My team, Baden-Baden, who lost the big match in the Bundesliga, is going to try to at least win the German Cup. And we barely made it past a very strong team by the name of Wolfhagen, which is the city where we played. Lovely city, by the way. I've never been there. To all the German viewers, I stole from Chess Explained. Nice place, Wolfhagen. Shout out to the Kassel metropolitan area. I like the place a lot. And what was I talking about? Yeah, we played their team, which was very strong. And barely won, thanks to Etienne Bacro, who was the hero, won on board too, with the black pieces against Kuzubov, very strong Ukrainian player. And bailed us out with a 2.5, 1.5 victory in the crucial match. So that means we moved on to the finals of the German Club Cup. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. And I just played h3 to stop the lawyer captain from going knight h5, but I didn't listen. So since I was playing all this German Club Cup, my English deteriorated rapidly. That's what a long weekend in the city of Wolfhagen will get you. You forget all your vocabulary, which is bad news since I'll be talking English pretty much non-stop for like the next month and a half. We're doing the candidates with Sopiku Gurumishvili the first weekend. Then Grandmaster Peter Svidler will be joining me in the Hamburg studio where I talk expertly about grabbing knights. Then probably, this is not that fixed yet, but I'm confident that I'll be involved in the Granke Chess Classic, which is going to be a tournament featuring Mr. Magnus Carlsen, who's the guy missing from this candidates tournament. So, yeah, that's going to be fun, at least. I am very much looking forward to that one as well. Then I'll be going to Thailand, where people don't speak German that much either. And then, right after checkmating Captain Lawyer, I'll go back to the German speakery. Thanks for the game, Captain Lawyer. Don't allow people to checkmate you. And yeah, this plan with f6, it can work if you manage to get a hold of the g4, f4 square. I talked about similar motives or structures in my anti-2 bishop f4 series, but don't blunder that horsey. That's pretty much the lesson to be drawn from this game. Thanks for the game, Captain Lawyer. Clash City Rocker, who's been working on a psychological profile of mine for the last 4 years. We need the evaluation at some point, Clash City Rocker. He's asking in the chat. Back to part 11 of your psychological profile. Beer or wine? Not a big drinker, but wine. White wine I like. Elvin K is saying, looking forward to seeing you comment in the candidates. So do I. And I literally mean that. I'm looking forward to seeing myself because I have the little program over there where I can see myself talking. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, at least. Obviously, I'm stoked about the event. Hans-Erik Kilbeck is asking, Etienne, who's the best pawn grabber among the top 20 players in the world, according to your expert opinion? I don't know. Who's the greediest? Not Levon. He's one of these creative, sacrificial types. Magnus, I think, is fairly greedy if he has to be. He enjoys grabbing the pawn and then defending. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing an obvious candidate here, but I can't come up with a name. Speaking of can't come up with a name, if you have to play Mr. Dodgy, you know you can't come up with a name. I lost the last game to Mr. Dodgy, which he might have mentioned 18 or 20 times in the chat. So Mr. Dodgy is one of these types. He won't shut up, no matter what you do. But you have to, once in a while, try to at least put him somewhat in his place. Which is very tough, because he's a student of chess theory. Which means you first need to make some random moves to get him out of all this acquired knowledge that he has. And then once you've done that, you still need to take all his pawns and pieces. So it's a Herculean task we're facing here. I played a line I'm not overly familiar with, to put it mildly. To put it less mildly, I don't really know anything about this. But maybe neither does Mr. Dodgy. And if he doesn't know, the less he knows, the dodgier his play gets. I believe that is what we know about Mr. Dodgy. Can I do this? D, Queen E2 check. Queen D3, knight B4, am I blundering material? That would be most unfortunate, but I have a check. Like Queen E3 or Queen E4 check. So it looks like I'm not losing material yet. Doesn't stop Dodgy Boy from trying. So how do I do this? This check or the other check? Queen E4 check somehow feels more logical, since it keeps an eye on the C2 square. And now go away. A3 has Queen D4, so I guess I should castle first. We'll see what happens. Knight C3. Can he bother me with F5? Queen E3, C5. Nah, I have Knight E6 then. F5, Queen E3, Bishop C5. Ugh, all this thinking. Nah, come on. How bad can this possibly be? We're developing a piece. When has piece development ever been bad? Knight D7. That does look very Mr. Dodgy. Not even sure it does look Mr. Dodgy. Might just look dodgy. So Bishop C5 is forced. Then how do I win? The usual dilemma. Don't see a win yet, which is unfortunate. But at least Dodgy Boy is thinking, which is always nice. Even though Bishop C5 is forced, I'm not sure what he's thinking about. Maybe Rook E8, but that looks horrible. I can take. Ain't nothing to talk about. Here we go. Queen G4, G6, Bishop G5, something like that maybe. Bishop G5, GF. A3, Knight F6. I could do that. I'm better, I guess, but not winning better. Okay, sometimes, as the German saying goes, sometimes you have to go for small Brötchen. Why is Brötchen? What's the English word for Brötchen? It's such a staple of German cuisine. And I don't think there's a good English word. Like bread roll? That's not what Brötchen really means. Bun. I don't know. I don't call people buns lightly. I'm not winning here, which is very frustrating, as usual. B4, Knight C3, nah. Okay, time to focus. Very focused. Nah, nothing special. Queen F6, E4, Bishop F5. Black is still alive. Very upsetting. takes and rook a8 or rook a8. Yeah. Can't really claim much, even though I might still claim. Alright, we need a plan. Good news is I have the 2 bishops. Bad news is I don't really know what to do. And my pawn structure isn't that pretty a sight. I can hope he blunders some bishop g5, but if I go h4, it's not the hardest move in the world to play h6, stopping that. Knight e7 looks wrong to me, so that'd be good news. But maybe he can get away with it. Here maybe, just fishing. Queen f5, bishop e4 should be fine. c5, now I should go here, I guess, now that there's no longer bishop to d4. Oh, Dodgy! Dodgy waters? Alright, let's go here. Maybe that was a better move than bishop e4. Not ruling it out. This endgame should be nice, no? I could also take on b7, probably also with an edge. But I've been taught, against Mr. Dodgy, you must go for the endgame. He hates the endgame, with a Russian accent. King g6, you give me pawn, I take pawn. If you give me more pawn, I take more pawn. That has always been my life motto. P-A-W-N, you sickos. Only 1 pawn up, that's not enough to satisfy my needs. I guess it's closer to winning than to drawing, because these pawns on a7 and c4 are also weak. But the job is not yet done. Probably bishop d4, I would have to take here, I could take on b2. What's this? What is this? More pawn? More pawn for me? Alright. Winning by first unpinning and then pinning. I know this is a weird concept, but sometimes the world is full of contradictions. Sometimes you unpin, then self-pin, and then you win. It's crazy. 5-2. This is still a bad score. Like even 15-2, I'd be upset. But these two will be there forever unless he gets even more points. So there is no way I can shift that balance back in my favor. Thanks for the game, Mr. Dodgy. Was a good game until you played that dodgy knight e7 move, which gave me some chances. Who can I play next? What about our old friend Silvo? 2800 rating. Suki Ray is saying, Jan, please read more from your phone. I think I read all my material in the last show, didn't I? I don't think I took any new notes on the phone. Ambitious Pawn is saying, what is up with the chat? I don't know. Looks fine. I can check my notes, but I think I've used all my comedic stylings that I should have saved for the candidates in the last show. It's like 3 notes over 8 months. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like here it says, bigger than me was cool. Even though, of course, I have the opposite message. Ah, I know what this is about. Think about, is this anything bit for candidates? What is that? Ah, is this anything? There's some random stat they use during NBA commentary. Like this guy, he hits all of his free throws in the second quarter. Is this anything? So I could try to find some random stats for the candidates and then annoy my co-host with them. Is that anything? Can we learn anything from that? Okay, I haven't really thought about it, so I still have 2 days. Banter Blitz. I hope we have fewer challenges from people from countries and more challenges from countries like Norway. That's not really. That ship has sailed. That's not current material anymore. I haven't seen as many minds blown since I watched Brawl in Cell Block 99. Don't watch that movie. It's very violent, very gory. I enjoy it though. It's a fun movie to watch. But don't watch it. It's so violent. That's normally how you stop the kids from watching the movies. Don't watch it. It's really violent. No one will be interested in watching it at all now. What's going on now? G4? Oh yeah, this line is H4, C5. I played this once in a cup game. It's not very good because of DC5. But it's a line. And I should focus on what to do now. G4, bishop back to D7 looks alright, but bishop E4 is also tempting. No? Provoke F3, then take on B1, then go E6. And how bad can it be if he had to go F3? My opinion is not very bad. Ambitious Pawn says, Levon does better when he wears red pants. See, that's an excellent contribution for the Is This Anything category. Can I go E6? I kind of want to go E6. I have to be a little careful not to blunder my bishop. But something's always... There's always something. Bishop B5. Still not blundering my bishop, so that's good. I'll throw in a little H5 just so I don't... So I remember not to blunder. So I can't forget not to blunder it in the future. Because after GH5 we will always have that square. Takes, alright. G5 also, nice little square over there. But I'm not gonna go there yet. I'll wait for a polite invitation like F3 or Knight D2. Queen B6. Looks like a logical move. Covering C6, keeping an eye on D4. Stuff like that. Knight E2. Is it time to take? Feels like it's not time to take yet. I could go C4 and like try to put my bishop there. Or I could go bishop F5, even though I just said I'm waiting for a polite invitation. You know what, I kind of like the look of C4. I'm not sure about it because it gives up some pressure ahead against the center. But it feels like a nice little move somehow. B3, he's trying to undermine me every step I take. Silvo is trying to undermine me. Actually, I don't like C4 anymore, I changed my mind. Okay, time to get some pieces out, but yeah, C4 was stupid having thought about it for 8 more seconds. Bishop E3, that's a surprise. Knight here. Takes. What is this position? Weird mess. Where should my pieces go? Let my pieces go. I don't know, I feel like I've messed this up. The question is how much? A pawn down now, which is very sad. But his king still does not have any particular safe havens anywhere on the board, as far as I can tell. So there's probably good compensation for the pawn. This knight is fine. Knight is fine and all that. But still, not the way things should have gone after I had such a nice position earlier. Queen e2, what does he want to do? He probably, I don't think he wants to take. Probably wants to move the knight somewhere out of the way, offering an exchange of queens. I will deal with that once we get there. Bishop d2. Let's activate. a2 is hanging, but I feel like there are bigger... Did I use that expression today already? Bigger fish to catch, bigger fish to fry, bigger something to something. I really need more expressions. I need to work on my vocabulary game for the candidate. Because this guy's fiddler. Not only is he better at chess, he's also better at English because he reads all these books. So it's playing into all my insecurities. Being bad at chess, bad at Twitch knowledge, bad at English, bad at cricket knowledge, bad at Hearthstone knowledge. All the things. How can I keep up? Je ne sais pas. Parlez-vous le français? What's going on now? 96? Stop making all these weird moves. I'm getting confused. And you know what happens when I get rattled? I start grabbing pawns. Is he attacking me? Are you attacking me, sir? What have I done to deserve your rook all up in my business? Queen f3. Is it time to go towards plan B? Slowly but surely. Moving towards plan B territory. The thing is, plan A is also tempting because I have all these extra pawns. But then, if you can flank, what the heck? Maybe rhyming is not my talent. Give me that pawn. Other people might have pushed some of their own passed pawns, not me. Let's get some checks. No? No checks. No balances. Check. Run. Now we're giving checks. The checks run out. Thanks for the game. Silvo. Yeah, the opening went wrong. After h4, c5 is a bluff. Just take it. Ask your engine of choice. It will guide you towards nice positions here. Time to interact with the chat. Silvo says, next time I castle. Yeah, it's good to castle. Gets the rook activated and your king nicely tucked away. Suki Ray is asking, Jan, what are some good German sayings? I like the one you said the other day. Something like, isn't it weird that all the hardworking people are so lucky? That doesn't sound like a German saying at all. The only German saying I know is, a good horse jumps no higher than it has to. Ein gutes Pferd springt nicht höher als es muss. All right, let's find another game. Did my co-banterer Chess Explained challenge me? If so, let's see if I can find him. Well, he's probably busy playing games, right? It's so hard to time these things. Cannot see him in the list. That means that in the meantime, we will play against an annoying dog. That's interesting. We've never had an annoying dog on the show. Welcome to the show, Annoying Dog. He does look a bit annoying. He looks like a badly drawn dog, I would say also. But that can be annoying. Here we are playing Annoying Dog, d4, knight f6, c4. And the eternal question, do you play c5 here or don't you? The correct answer is no, you do not. d5. It's time to annoy the Annoying Dog with one of the most annoying openings known to men, the modern Benoni. It's a horrible, horrible opening. You're giving up a central pawn, you're giving up space in the center, you're allowing white a future breakthrough with f4, e5 that you can't really parry. And Annoying Dog seems to follow my advice. Don't you hate it when people use your own weapons against you? Goes for this knight e2, knight g3 system, which is an excellent system. You go bishop e2, castles a4. Annoying Dog knows all my tricks. What can I do if people know everything that I taught them? Or maybe I didn't teach them at all. Maybe he just knows this is a good system. But I still like to take credit, because I've recommended this many a time. It's a good system. Bishop g5 now. I'm very sad. You're breaking my heart, Annoying. f3 I'm not sure about. Even though I believe I've argued that you can play this and now the rook is on e8. While it should be on f8 to support f5. So f3 also looks fine. But bishop g5 looked even finer to me. I will do all these speculative? It's a tough word for a German to pronounce. And moves like f5. Bishop to d4. You know, knight to g3. Hope something happens. Ambitious Pawn is saying, don't let your moral get in the way of taking a pawn. That's too deep for me. But no, I've never really felt too bad about taking pawns. Are we supposed to renounce worldly pleasures like pawn grabbery while looking for chess enlightenment? Maybe that's how AlphaZero got so good. Maybe he was like, it's like a Buddhist program and he meditated for years, understanding that pawns cannot make you happy. It's about checkmate. It's about harmony of the pieces, about unleashing their inner potential. I'm not there yet. This will be surprising to many viewers who thought I was AlphaZero, but turns out I'm not. I'm just a fraud. Pawn-taking fraud. And thank you so much, Miktal, for keeping me updated when Chess Explained challenged and when I didn't. But once you start a game, I believe those challenges do disappear. And Janstar1978 is saying, good evening, a little too late. No, I think technically it's 7:36. You can still say good evening. It's not good nighttime yet. What's this, e5? Come on, Annoying Dog. I'm supposed to be like the creative force here, not you with these positional sacrifices. How dare you? You know what? I won't be out-annoyed in this game. If you sacrifice something, I'll sacrifice it right back. How's that feel, huh? Probably feels pretty good to him. I'm not sure any of the stuff I'm doing here makes a lot of sense. But we'll find out. HG, bishop f4, gf, rook f2. Or bishop f2, rook f2. I'm not sure, that's great. Bishop f3, so humble. Once again, he's trying to out-sacrifice me. And this time, I'm not sure if I have a choice, but knight takes f1. Which is heartbreaking. You win, Annoying Dog. You've out annoyed me. Can I do anything else? Bishop g4. No. Materialism wins again. Whoa, Zwischenzug. Bishop f4. Does that work? Because I'm willing to take things. So just to clarify here, MGTOW, because I'm not clear on this. Do you want me to play against Chess Explained, or do you not want me to play against Chess Explained? Could you elaborate a bit on that point in the chat, maybe? And how do we manufacture it? e5, hang on, I can take pieces. Give me the pieces. I'm such a friendly person. Sorry, annoying dog. That must have been a bit of a letdown. That materialism won again. Was an interesting game. I had no idea what was going on here. It looked fun. What did I think? I thought this, but it might not work. Bishop f2, rook f2, takes. This looks good for white, so I should try to find something else, which might or might not be there. And now queen h4, takes. Doesn't look very trustworthy either. Rook a3 is coming. Maybe it was good for white. Wouldn't be too surprising. Anyway, good game by the annoying dog. Let us play another game. But against who? What about Camilla Pit? Camilla Pit. Where's Camilla Pit from? From Argentina. We're having more Argentinians around, which is good, because I speak Argentinian fluently. Many people don't know that, but I'm very well taught in the art of Argentinian, which is very different from Spanish. Yeah, first of all, the pronunciation is completely different, and most of the vocabulary is also very different. Like here, for example, whatever move he's gonna make, you can say "que pelotudo," but "vos que boludo." That's pretty much the extent of my Argentinian. Bishop f5, vos que haces? Vos que jugas? Jugas? Juegas? Okay, my Argentinian is not as good as it used to be. But I hung out with a lot of people from Argentina in the old days when I was in Madrid. And I couldn't really tell, is this guy Spanish, Argentinian? But then I found out, if they have long hair and use pelotudo or boludo a lot, and say both, then they're from Argentina. Those are the rules. Some trick you have short hair, they're still from Argentina. But in general, those are decent guidelines. Anyway, this line bishop f5 is not as dumb as it looks. Because, first of all, this is pawn sacrifice here, knight c6, which I don't really think works. But after bishop c8, I've had to clarify the structure. My queen is a little silly on b3, so these two, quote-unquote, one tempi aren't worth that much. So it's a playable line. I think normally I'm supposed to just develop here, but I'll play knight e5 because it looks more aggressive. But I don't really have a follow-up. Bishop b5. Or what did I do? That's clear. Bishop b5, bishop d7. Doesn't really move the needle all that much. Bishop d6, I guess I go here. I'm not so sure about bishop d6, because now f4, okay, weakens some squares, but also cements my knight. You don't want to give the bishop for it, so bishop e5, fe always looks nice for me. Therefore, probably I would have played bishop e7 to keep the option to go knight takes e5. When and if push comes to shove. Another expression, I have no idea what it means, but I'm sure it means something. Queen b6, I don't want to exchange queens. So I'll go back and say, your queen is as stupid on b6 as mine was on b3. Carnicero is saying, I have long hair. Am I from Argentina? Wow, I didn't know. The truth is, you probably are, but you haven't completed my whole checklist yet. Do you use the terms boludo or pelotudo a lot? I believe most Argentinian sayings are connected to a ball. At least I'm guessing boludo and pelotudo both refer to balls. I'm not sure. If anybody from Argentina can clarify. So if those things are true, then you are Argentinian. Syrian77 asks, do you know any Arabic word? I might not know any Arabic word, actually. I don't think I do. I listen to some German hip-hop where I guess they're using Arabic terms in between. But no, my Arabic is not on the level of my Argentinian at all. Very upsetting. Ambitious Pawn is saying, I'm from Nicaragua, but live in Argentina. So, how does it work? If you're from Nicaragua and move to Argentina, do you still say vos que haces? Or is that a local thing? I've never been to Nicaragua. I'm less familiar with Nicaraguan. Come on, castle. I want to checkmate you, Camilla Pit, but you have to castle into my looming attack. Looks like he's not going to do me that favor, is he? And Carnicero says, yeah, I totally use those words, which I can't pronounce or spell all the time. If you use them all the time, why can't you pronounce or spell them? Are you lying to me? This is not the time or the place to be facetious. So, say the truth, Carnicero. It says you're from Sweden. You don't seem to know any Spanish or Argentinian. Are you really Argentinian? Carnicero does mean butcher. No, butcher is too strong, right? What's the word? When I was living in Spain, I went to the carniceria a lot. Had a chat with the carnicero. Got some meat. So butcher sounds too strong for that very friendly man. But it is the little translation, right? Carnicero, butcher. But in English, butcher sounds like a bad word. Well, in Spanish, carnicero sounds like a nice word. Or nice word, I don't know. Apologies to any vegans watching. Which I think is the right thing to do. I've talked about this in the past. I've watched Cowspiracy and What the Health. If I had slightly more willpower, I'd become vegan. But I'm weak. But I totally do consider it the right thing to do. Spears is asking, Jan, have you seen The Shape of Water? No, actually, I just asked my dear friend Schachonski if he wants to go watch The Shape of Water tomorrow. And I asked in German. But I'll translate his reply. He says, I'd love to watch The Shape of Water if someone scratches my eyes out and pours them into my ears beforehand. So I guess that's a no. So no, I haven't seen The Shape of Water yet, but I think it's not very good. I believe that's the consensus, right? We're supposed to be disappointed that Get Out was robbed. I've seen Get Out 3 times, and Shape of Water won it. I also really enjoyed Lady Bird. What other Oscar-nominated movies did I see? I enjoyed Lady Bird and Get Out. I think those are the two big cultural cornerstones. I haven't seen 3 Billboards Outside of Whatever. I haven't seen Call Me By Your Name. I haven't seen The Shape of Water. A lot of catching up to do. I haven't seen The Florida Project. I haven't seen The Post. I might only have seen Lady Bird and Get Out, but I thought both of those were excellent. Triesta is saying Shape of Water is just an erotic sequel to Finding Nemo. No, that's called Finding Dory. And Dory always was a hottie. And yeah, I heard about the fish sex. I don't know. I've been to these Thai spas where they have these little fish like gnawing at your feet to get rid of. I don't know what they're doing. But that's the closest I've come to fish sex. Can't say I was that much into it. I'll check out the movie. I'll watch it eventually. In the meantime, I'll play against Malory. And Ambitious Porn is saying, Nicaragua and the other Central American countries have their own sort of Spanish. Yeah, I figure. It's probably different from Argentinian and the way they speak in Mexico as well. I must travel. I'm so old. I haven't traveled Latin America at all. Have never been to Africa. I wonder if that's true. I think that's true. A lot of stuff to see. I really want to go to Japan. But yeah, sometimes life just moves on. You don't get to go to all these places. Instead, you sit in your studio in Hamburg and play against the London system for the 18 billionth time, pointing out bishop d3 is worse than knight to d2. Because now after queen b6, queen b3, c4. There are many tempi that black will win with his pawn roller on the queen side. Some feedback in German from Sebasta75 says, erklär mal die Züge, anstatt lauter Müll zu labern, aber langsamer. He's saying, explain the moves instead of talking rubbish, but more slowly. So should I explain the moves more slowly than I was talking rubbish because I wasn't explaining the moves before? Or are you referring to the 2 seconds where I did explain the moves earlier, that those were too quick? Anyway, Sebasta75, bullet rating 1373. English rating probably also not very high. I'm not sure I'll be able to help you, Sebasta75, but thanks for the feedback. And I apologize that the show is not exactly the way you would like it to be. Mr. Dodgy is saying, explain slowly but talk rubbish quickly. That actually sounds, maybe that could be our new catchphrase. Oh, I disconnected. See, that's why we're doing these testings. To see how often I'm going to disconnect per show. But I'm back. So it looks like these candidate disconnections, they'll be over in a couple seconds. That's all right. Mr. Dodgy is, so we were talking about that maybe our new catchphrase could be, instead of the show where we play interesting chess games, it could be explain slowly but talk rubbish quickly. That does sound good. The ratio of explanations to rubbish must stay at 25-75. I feel that way too. And I believe there is, for example, right now going on the show by Chess Explained in German for people like Sebasta75, where I'm sure the ratio of explanations to rubbish is more like 90-10. So I highly recommend that. And we can celebrate the diversity we have on Chess24 with many different types of banter blitzes. I believe I'm by far the most tilted on the rubbish side. So just stop watching my show. Watch some of the better shows. There you go. Not gonna be able to do it is asking, is Luke van Vely misspelled? You know, not that I normally call people out on such things. Okay, I do. Still on Chess24. It depends what you mean by on Chess24. He's done some stuff as a freelancer, which I was very happy with. I'm a big fan of Luke, and I love the banter I saw from him. Because, yeah, I think, first of all, he's a very exciting player, unlike yours truly. And I mean that. And secondly, I think he's hilarious. So I always want Lukey Boy to do more stuff, and I'll check in with him shortly. And I'm hopeful that he will do more stuff, like maybe even a video series one day, Banter-thon. But, yeah, he's never... I don't think he's off Chess24, but I'll try to set up more Luke van Vely stuff, because I enjoy it very much too. Mr. Dodgy is rightly saying that banter diversity is very important in 2018. and not going to be able to do it, is saying sorry for typo. Okay, I'll forgive you for the typo, just this one time. And says, hope he will banter yet again. I'm with you. Not going to be able to do it. So there's two of us. That means we can pretty much start a petition on Luke Banter. Let's do it. Annoying Dog is saying, by the way, I'm winning here. I should explain for Sebastian 72. Because you can't... 73? I don't know. When did you start, Sebastian? You can't defend the b2 pawn. That's why I'm winning. Understand? He can't cover. So, what were we talking about? Yeah, every chess player I know seems to work their way up to a certain strength. 2500, 1400, 1800, and stays there the rest of their lives, no matter how much they study. Same with me. I work my way up to 26, 25 till 50, and stayed there the rest of my life. No matter how much I studied. I studied very little, though, after I worked my way up there. Maybe that's the problem. Know anyone who broke their natural ability ceiling? I don't think that's true. I think that study will improve you. Of course, you can always argue that people study wrongly, but I'm not buying it that someone works their way up to their ceiling at whatever rating you want to name, and then stays there in spite of a lot of hard work. I'm not buying that. As for me, I'm reasonably certain that had I worked harder, I would have been a better player. And I believe that applies to most people. Wow, Mr. Dodgy, did you say something genuine? Mr. Dodgy is saying, it was nice seeing Luke murder everyone at Blitz. He has a bit of an unfair reputation as the whipping boy because of Vike. I agree, he's a victim of his own success because he got so many invitations to super tournaments. Because of his interesting style, people think of him as a whipping boy because it's not that easy to play against these 2800 players regularly, even though he's a very, very good player. Of course, a bit of it is his own fault, and I've had this conversation with him. We talk about Luke van Willy here a bazillion times, that he's a fantastic technical player, and if he would play more dull openings, I think his results would be better. But then again, maybe he would have gotten less invitations because he wouldn't have this gunslinger reputation. So, hard to win. But yeah, long story short, we're big fans, Luke. From the heart. Over here in the Germanys, we like your style. And let's continue with our Argentina theme of the day. Gonzalo Castro, number 5. Ambitious Pawn is saying, good lord, any movie recommendations? Anyone? Have I seen good movies recently? I got nothing. I watched Fruitvale Station, which is a good movie. Older movie from the guy who did Black Panther. Just went through his filmography because he's getting a lot of hype. This guy, Ryan Coogler, and I wasn't that big of a Creed fan, but Fruitvale Station I thought was excellent. So I can recommend that one. What else did I watch? I watched that movie, Good Time, I think it's called. One of these movies. The underground crowd of like gritty crime dramas was celebrating. I didn't pay enough attention, but Robert Pattinson was doing some expert acting. That's all I've been watching. Okay, let's explain the moves. We are playing the symmetrical Italian. Is that what it's called? Symmetrical, yeah, I think that's what you call it. Where I'm always slightly concerned about getting pinned. It's just a deep-rooted fear I have, like fear of open water or sharks. If you go d6 here, bishop g5, I like to avoid. And since white has played knight to c3, you can normally get away with that and just play h6. You don't really give up much to stop bishop g5. I'm saying that knight c3 slows him down to play in the center with c3 and d4. Therefore, you can take some liberties, play a move like h6. Now after rook to e1, one theme that you can sometimes play here is knight to g4, attacking this pawn, but it's not really necessary, so I'll go d6. And of course, this position is fairly symmetrical. It's not like black is better here, but white has given his opening advantage, where he forced me to go knight c6, putting this knight on sometimes a non-ideal square to defend that pawn, away by playing this knight to c3. a3 is a logical move. In order to spice it up, I'll pin him and see if he will try to unpin by going h3 and g4 or not. If he does, I'll be very sad. b4. b4 I'm less sad about, because I can continue pinning stuff. And now what? Not clear. I've sort of decided that if he goes g4, I was gonna say I'm gonna take, but then I spotted that he can take here, so I changed my mind again. So my reasoning was I went king h8 so I can have f5 later on in all these lines. But now I'm starting to question that again. What do I do? The problem is, just to be clear, that let's say I play a5. I will play a5 just to illustrate, even though it's not a good move. After b5, knight e7, he should play g4. And then my intention was to go knight takes g4. But after knight takes g4, he has a Zwischenzug in the form of knight takes d4. When this guy's hanging, and things wouldn't be good. So instead my intention now shifted to meeting g4 with bishop c3 followed by knight g4. But that's a little shady too. What happened to the chat? I can't see the chat anymore. Never can't see the chat. We can't interact. Here we are. The Henker is saying deep-rooted fear. Did I mispronounce deep-rooted fear? If I did, I want to apologize. I don't want to lose his bishop to some g4, so I went knight f4. Giving that pawn, bishop b7, rook b8, followed by, I don't know, maybe f5, maybe not f5. Looked like decent counterplay. Even though, gotta be said, Gonzalo Castro number 5 is playing well. Playing quickly, decisively, making decent moves. And yeah, this f5 I did not like as much as I thought I would, because it was activating his bishop for the defense after ef5. The bishop can then go back all the way to f3. Not a fan. So instead I went for g5, trying to open the position with g4. He plays g4 himself, but now I can take here and here. So g4 was probably an overreaction to my sort of attack, but I'm not sure if it was going anywhere really. Not sure why I played queen f4, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'll try to make it look like part of the plan by going f5 now. Nah, don't like f5. Still, the same reasoning would reactivate this bishop. So sometimes you just have to admit, okay, that was a brain fart. I'll go back. Take a long, hard look at my life and try to reorganize. I'm being told I lost on time. I didn't lose on time. I'm down on the clock, but I never lose on time. That's not how I do it. But thanks for the warning. I will now try not to lose on time. I haven't played very convincingly. I'm still much better because I took these 2 pawns, but I have not played well. Check. Check. Not a check. But next move might be a check. Yep, check. Run! Check. Not a check. Not a check. Not a check. Okay, I'm getting tired of saying not a check myself. This is easy now because my king can just take all the pawns. But tough fight against Gonzalo Castro. Number 5. Let's go home. Gonzalo Castro, number 5, resigns. Played a good game, except for this one move, g4, yeah, which was a bit of an overreaction. Gave me those 2 pawns I needed. Not gonna be able to do it. Saying audio and video fine here. Yeah, it looks like things are okay, right? The audio is okay. Like I'm not an expert, but we got these fancy noise cancelling things on the wall. Yeah, the light stuff. My shiny hat. We have to figure out, but I think we can. We have all these fancy. I'm surrounded. Oh, I could switch that guy on. Does that change things? I'm surrounded by lights. That doesn't change things, does it? No, it doesn't. All right. Looks like everything's fine. Thanks for the feedback. Let us have a look at our list of challenges. Where's our boy? Chess Explained. Can I challenge him? There's a title player. It's not Chess Explained. But it's the next best thing is... No. Of course, a different beast. But let's play against Kostakis 02. I get excited. I saw the title. It's Candidate Master. CM. IR Baboon is saying, your hair is fine, Jan. That does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Wes Kostakis, number 2. I'm reading some discussion about matches I should play. Simon Williams, Chess Explained, John Bartholomew. We need a prize fund. I'm like the Joker. If you're good at something, never do it for free. I'm not sure. Is it a goal to be like the Joker? Also, sometimes you have these conflicts of interests because I'm working for Chess24. Sometimes the other guys, yeah. They're more active on other sites where I can't or shouldn't play, and so on and so forth. But it is true that I haven't really been pursuing a lot of matches. So, yeah, I don't have any strong opinions on it. No, end of thoughts. And I'm being told probably Kostakis is playing against Chess Explained as we speak. That's very possible. Who do I play then? Maybe I should play against Gervant Thrively. By the way, I'm not sure you guys can see this or tell this. The screen is further away from me than in the other office, which is probably good for like camera stuff, because now in order to look at the screen, which is all the way there, I have to look more in the general direction of the camera, which might be an improvement. But it also means the screen is smaller to my old eyes now, so I have to like stare at it more intensely. Knight f3, knight f6, c4, g6. What do I do? Let's play good old King's Indian. Good old mainline King's Indian. Every 10 years one should enter those lines. Normally I avoid them by playing one of my 18 nonsensical sidelines, either with an early g3 or 7 bishop e3 or all kinds of other things. Bishop a3 is the main move here, but I have some sympathy for this b takes a5. It's not a dumb way to play. At least I hope it's not a dumb way to play. Only time will be able to tell. So what's going on here? Bishop b4 maybe? Weird position. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. After knight takes e4, after h6 I should take here. That I'm fairly certain of. If hg, I'll go back to b4 and try to push very quickly on the queen side. Fe c5 or b6 a5 and hope that good things will happen to me. Not a given. Knight f5. It's a very strange position. But we'll find out. Ollie's saying he thinks the light is much better than in the old studio. Think so? It's the same lighting, just more lamps. We actually refilled the lamp stock. But it looks a little too shiny, no? I think we can, once we figure it out correctly, it will be much better than the old studio. In general, the new studio is much nicer. It's more spacious. We have all these fancy noise cancelling things. So yeah, things will be good. As for the position, I'm not sure how good this is. Panther Chess is asking, is it summer in Hamburg? Kind of. Like, it's no longer minus 8 degrees, it's like plus 10, which is a shift of 18 degrees. Which I guess it's sort of summery. Iron Boone is saying you have lights from two sides at least. That is true. All of the lights. What's going on here? 94 takes? Rook takes, queen takes, knight d4, ed, queen d4. I should be better there. Material is still equal. But my pawns look better than his pawns. I have some alternatives here, but I don't really want to let this knight live. Even though knight d6 is sort of tempting. Yeah, I guess if I can make this work at all, I should do it. Let me think for a second. Queen f8. Sort of pinning. Knight e4, queen b4, knight f6. No, that's not that great. I'm talking about knight d6, queen f8. Looking for a good move there. Might not be a good move. Yeah, so back to the original plan. I should go rook f4. And yeah, I'm better because he has all these isolated pawns. Linux fan saying, never played Jan and hope I can play today. You know what? I'll play you today. Let's do this. Because I sort of have the standing offer. Linux fan was a non-premium like 5 seconds ago. He renewed his premium membership, so he wants to play. Let's do this. So if you're not a premium member, you want to play today, renew it or get a premium membership. I'll crush you. Mercilessly. Like, I'm planning to crush Gervant Srivi. I probably already crushed his spirit by bungling his name so badly. Now you're thinking, who is this guy? Can't pronounce my name at all. Doesn't know King's Indian theory. Rambles about random stuff. Yeah, sounds about right. Queen b6, of course, was, yes, slightly away from the home base, but I can't really see any particular danger. Now queen takes d6. I'm gonna have to take e3 into account, which I don't really want to deal with. So I guess I'll go bishop d6 if this rook is hanging, so he doesn't have time for e3 or any shenanigans. If the rook goes away, I'm gonna have to think, but I've spotted that at least I can give a check on d8. I'm pinning my bishop and then see what to do. There's other options, I'm not quite sure yet, but check looked like a decent one for sure. Goes rook f7, probably better than rook f6 in fairness. Once again, asking me to make a move. I'll give a check, I'm a simpleton. If in doubt, take pawns. I think that's what I was going to say on my tombstone. In doubt, he took pawns. He passed away worrying about past pawns. But he took a lot of pawns. And Gervan 3 resigns because another pawn was about to bite the dust. Thanks for the game. Okay, I promised to play Linux fan, so let's do it. Do you challenge me, Linux fan? If you didn't challenge me, we can't play. Here we are. Dr. Linux fan. What's Linux fan? Linux is like what the smart computer people use. They say, oh no, I can't stand Apple or Windows. I need my Linux because there everything looks like it's 1992. So you can do so much more stuff. Is that it? I shouldn't pre-move. I'm trying to confuse Mr. Linux fan by delaying c4. Will I play Catalan or will I not play Catalan? I don't know yet myself yet. I will probably continue to delay it. Play this move b3, which is not a bad move. I keep changing my mind if I want to go b6 or c5 against it. c6 I'm not so sure about, because now if I decide to transpose to Catalan, first of all, with d4, I might have a decent version. Second of all, no second of all. I'll transpose to the Catalan. Is this a good move? I want to go e4. I'm a bit worried that if he goes c5, I got nothing. But what's done is done. I'm not sure what's theory here. Probably queen c2 instead of knight d2. Actually, it looks like a better move. Yeah, I think queen c2 is what they do. He goes e5. Whoa. I'll take. And I've already spotted potential pawn grabberies. Everybody cool, this is a grabbery. Was that Pulp Fiction? Tim Roth? Everybody cool, this is a robbery? That is Tim Roth, right? That's the opening Pulp Fiction scene. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I should explain more of the moves. I took a pawn. Yay me. Now I have more pawns. And I will try not to give that pawn away ever again. CD, can I take more pawns? Yep. If queen d5, bishop e4, I'm winning material. If knight d2, queen d2, I'm covering this pawn. Therefore, I am now 2 pawns up. 1, 2. Mr. Dodgy is saying Kramnik has pretty much won the candidates already. I'm not sure about that, but I did enjoy that he has Giri on his team. Apparently, I haven't actually read the news reports yet or confirmed anything about it. We'll have Mrs. Giri, or Miss Giri, probably unfair. We'll have Sopiko in the studio for rounds 1 and 2. So hopefully I can grill her about Giri's connection to Kramnik. would be natural fit, like both two of my favorite theoreticians. And yeah, game recognized game. I think they have a similar approach to the game, similar openings. Fantastic theoretician Anish. So yeah, if that's true, if he's on Team Kramnik, would be very good sign up and would certainly increase Kramnik's chances. However, the knock on Kramnik was not that he doesn't know opening theory. The knock was he's 42 years old, and this is a long, grueling tournament where it's easy to overwork yourself by preparing too much and then getting tired for the last couple games. Obviously, Kramnik is aware of all this stuff, but I think that's the main argument why, yeah, me, myself, and I had a different top favorite. I have 2 extra central pawns against Linux fan, which is good. Now I'm gonna have to push them towards the finish line. Probably just slowly but surely. Centralize, rook e1, f4, e5. Run, run, run. I should try not to blunder some bishop b4 tricks like a5 followed by bishop b4, but I'll probably manage. Mikhailo Granik is asking, Jan, are you seconding someone in the candidates? I am not. But if I was, I would also answer, I'm not. But I'll be doing commentary. So there's not that much seconding you can do. Even though I did it once during a World Championship match. But not really. Linux fan does resigns. It's a bit early to resign. Like, it's cool to play on here. It's a tough position to hold, obviously, because my plan is so easy. f4, rook d1, e5, breakthrough. But no reason to resign. Thanks for the game, Linux fan. I'm scanning the whole list here. The whole list. But the only guy I want to play is Sanket. Chakravarti. And Ollie is saying, lights might need to be adjusted slightly. I agree. A little too shiny, but good start. Yeah, I think it's going to be fine if we play around a bit with the positioning, the setting, all the good stuff. I have a very good feeling about the new studio, about the new office in general. It's a nice neighborhood. Or I found my favorite cafe across the street. Things are good. Cardinal Superblinds is asking, Janua, who would you most like to see face Carlsen? It's tricky because in some way, even though it's been 2016 when I was on Team Carlsen, I still feel like I'm on Team Carlsen, even though I'm not. And I should be rooting for like an opponent that's easy for Magnus. On the other hand, as a chess fan, of course, I want to see the most exciting possible match, which I don't know. I think Aronia and Carlsen would be fantastic, and Aronia has been winning some games against him, like from a chess fan perspective, from an excitement perspective. I think Caruana would be a very interesting match. Kramnik would be a very interesting match. So I think that would be my top 3, meaning zero disrespect to any of the other participants. Because pretty much whoever wins this candidates tournament, not only will he be a worthy challenger, he's also going to be more confident than before the tournament, and will therefore be an even tougher opponent. So I think whoever we get, it can't be bad. But those would be my top 3 of most exciting matches, right here, right now. Should I grab the center or not? I was thinking about e4, knight c3, bc, bishop b7. I'm not sure how great that is, so instead I'll develop a little first. Try to make it tough for him to get in c5, which is a typical theme in these positions. But now I can't wait with e4 forever. Now that my rook is on d1, at least he can't take and go c5 instantly. Or if he does, it will involve a pawn sacrifice. So we'll see how it goes. Having said that, now I'm wondering about c5, dc, bishop takes e4, which might actually work. So probably after c5 I should go d5. Grab more space instead. Not the worst of plans. It was the best of plans. It was the worst of plans. Professor Dr. Panterchaz is asking, yeah, will you stay in Berlin next week or in studio in Hamburg? Nah, we'll be in our lovely new studio here in Hamburg City, Germany. Technically Berlin is in Germany too. But no, we'll be in our studio in Hamburg. Just teasing with e5, bishop h7, so he goes h6, and I guess I should stop him or make it harder for him to go c5. Now I just want to answer d5, creating a reasonably powerful pass pawn. These pass pawns, if they can't be blocked, then they're quite nasty. And here I don't see a way for him to throw things in this pawn's way. Like if you could put a knight on d6 would be a different story. It's going to be tough here. And I took ed. First of all, because I didn't want to worry about the e4 pawn, but mainly to free this diagonal for the bishop so it can go to f5. And also this file for the rook. Here, for example, d6 should already win material, right? I have to think, which is very tough. Do I want to do that? Because there's so many tempting alternatives, like rook e1 looks very nasty too. Yeah, I think rook e1 might be even stronger. Yeah, I don't see an answer to that. d6 was winning material because of this bishop h7 trick in the end. Now rook e1, it's just annoying, huh? Threatening d6, queen d7, bishop f5 doesn't help. What are you going to do about it? Knight h5, then I still have d6 if I want to. Knight g3, rook e7. Yeah, tough position for Sanket. Knight h5, I could also just go bishop h2, but I'll think about it when we get there. When we ever get there. Babel is asking, what are the odds on Levon? It's like 4.5 to 1 or 4.25 to 1, depending on what betting platform you decide to check. He is a favorite, so unclear if that's a good bet or not. I feel that's probably fair odds. Alban K is saying, Jan, can you recommend a really good book of games by one GM? I enjoy following the games from one mindset. ? I haven't read a games collection for a while. I don't know, do people still do that? Sorry, I'm blanking here. I'm sure there's plenty. Can't think of one by one GM right here, right now. Like current one. Zerian77 is asking, are all of you streaming from the same studio as Fiedler, also in Germany? Yep, he'll be here. Sopico will be here. So hopefully we'll have a fun show during the candidates. Can I go d6? Yeah, I think it's time to cash in. I have delayed d6 too many times. Zwischenschach. Bishop c4 was also fine, but I enjoy playing this move. Attacking both the rooks. Let's keep it that way. At some point I'm going to have to take one of the rooks, but not yet. And Sanket does resign. Because, yeah, this little invader was going to cost him a whole rook. Thanks for the game. Sanket, yeah, where... the opening went wrong already, I guess. Yeah. H3. Yeah, this DC. This DC and knight b6 does not strike me as right. Mr. Dodgy is saying the odds on Grishuk and Ding are decent. Yeah, especially on Ding. Like, I believe in Ding. Not sure I'd bet on anybody, but I felt the odds might be low there. Disclaimer, I know nothing about gambling, odds, anything. Chessman 1963 asks, does the voucher code work for extending membership? It should. I don't know how stuff works, but it should. What time is it? Oh, we're almost done. Let's play another game though. Where's Chess Explained for the Finale Grande? Finale Grande in Alemania. Too tricky to manufacture this. Therefore, we shall play. Let's play someone I've never played before. If I can find someone like that. I'll play Blick Chess. Knight of 3, d5. c4 maybe? I normally don't play c4 because I'm afraid of d4 grabbing all this space. And here we go. Blick Chess, another one of those 1503 that could be. They just play one game, won it, and is a very strong player. Or it could be that I'll crush him. Both of these are on the table. It's very unlikely that he's both a very strong player. And that I'll crush him. But even that is theoretically possible. I took a pawn. My point is bishop b4, queen a4 check. Winning the bishop, so he shouldn't do that. Since he did it, I'm gonna say, Blick Chess, I will crush you. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Another expression, I don't know what it means. Go out on a limb? Go out on a limp? Limp out? Say I really don't speak English. Let's Google go out on a limb. Idiom meaning. Excellent. Idiom meaning. I know what it means. I need the origin story. Can I check my name? No, probably too early. Let's get some pieces out. To do or say something that lacks evidence or support. I don't like that definition. Yeah, the meaning and origin of this phrase. That's what I need to know. What's the origin of the phrase go out on a limb? The clear allusion in this phrase is to climbing trees. All of us must remember the feeling of not wanting to go further out to reach that apple/ball or whatever for fear that the branch, in brackets limb, would break under us. Oh, so branch is limb, limb is break, branch? Yeah, I'm not satisfied with that origin story either. This is like Doctor Strange. Wasn't satisfied with that origin story either. As for the game, yeah, I'm a piece up. This is easy going for your grandmasterliness. Beaten by Quakers is saying, taking a chance is what it means. I agree, that's a bad definition than saying something that lacks evidence or support. Going on a limb, it has a more positive connotation like, I'll make some stuff up. Or no, not even I'll make some stuff up. I'll bravely say something, even though I haven't researched it before, like you nerdy book people. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm gonna win this game. Cardinal Superblind says, very informative. Thank you, Cardinal Superblinds. We are here to educate. And in order to educate, you must first entertain. That's why nobody ever learns anything on this program. This program, oh, so full of myself. Oh, I was on a German radio show yesterday night. It was very weird. It was like Saarländischer Rundfunk. Germans will know. It's in the very south, or not at the very south, but small Bundesland next to France. And I was sitting in the Norddeutsche Rundfunk studios here in Hamburg on my headphones. And normally they would play music or talk about the weather in Saarland or the news. And then every 7 minutes it would be Aus dem Leben mit Schachgroßmeister Jan Gustafsson. And I would say something like, Carlsen is a good chess player, or I'm a good chess player, or I've traveled to many places. And then it would be, all right, back to the music. So it was a weird experience, because I'm so used to talking uninterrupted for hours. So to have 2 sentences and then back to other radio program was very confusing, but it was fun to do. That's all I got. I'm sure you guys needed that bit of info. So we're done for today. Looks like overall the test show went well. You should now all switch to Chess Explained on his English show, because he will switch languages like a magician. Switch from English to German if you were watching this live. If not, then I hope you have a lovely, whatever day it is. Maybe it's 10 years in the future. You have a lovely 2028. If you're watching this in the present, which is in 2018, join us for the candidates coverage, which starts on March 10th, 3 p.m. German time. Sopiko Gurumishvili and Peter Svidler will be my co-hosts. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching this one. See you next time.